The iPhone Plus is officially gone, and in its place, Apple is introducing something completely new. The iPhone 17 Air. It's thinner, lighter, and designed to steal the spotlight this year. Like, this thing is almost as slim as the buttons on the side, and that's just wild. Now, with these mockups I have here, you can see the full lineup for this year. The iPhone 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max. The real story here isn't just the Air. It's the larger camera bars stretched across the back of every model aside from the base 17. And visually, this is actually the biggest redesign we've seen in years. And honestly, I think it works. Not only as just a fresh look, but that camera bar kind of works as a built-in finger rest. Now let's talk details. The Air isn't just a name swap. It's rumored and likely to be around 6.6 inches and just 6 millimeters thick and weighing in about 145 grams. That is easily going to make it the thinnest iPhone that Apple has ever made. It also fits right between the base model and the Pro in both size and price, so kind of how like the MacBook Air and iPad Air hit that sweet middle ground. And let me tell you, holding this is just incredible. It is insane that this is a phone. Now, the design language is also shifting. Multiple models, including the Air and the Pro, could move to the new horizontal camera bump. It's this pill-shaped bar across the back instead of the classic square. And oddly enough, the Pro models might be ditching titanium for aluminum with a half aluminum, half glass back. It's partly to improve durability while still keeping wireless charging, but removing the titanium seems like just cost-cutting measures to me. So I'm curious to see how Apple ends up spinning this in the reveal event in September. Colors are looking to be quite interesting too. We've seen some leaks mentioning green, purples, and even orange for the Pro, or even possibly a sky blue. So I guess we'll see what Apple ends up going with. I'm kind of hoping maybe for a sky blue or even the orange Pro. Now the back seems to also be getting a little bit of a tweak, as Apple might be shifting some MagSafe stuff in the back and even moving the Apple logo a little bit lower to accommodate that camera bar at the top. Now, there is some good news that we're finally getting ProMotion going mainstream all across the board. All four iPhone 17 models are rumored to get 120Hz LTPO OLED displays. That means that we finally get smooth scrolling and smooth gaming even on the base iPhone 17. Now, it is possible that they keep the always-on display unique to the Pros, but hopefully they don't do that. But great thing is that Apple has finally caught up to the competition with the refresh rate, so now we don't have to worry about that. And to avoid confusion, of course, we've had the faster refresh rate on the Pro models in previous years, but we now finally get this on the base model. Now, there is one thing that I am super excited for, and that is the anti-reflective display on the Pro models, which I'm really hoping that we get that, because the S25 Ultra has this technology and it is just fantastic. Using a device outside with the anti-reflective tech is a game changer. Like right now, all these iPhones, the displays just get completely washed out. This anti-reflective tech would make it so that you can basically just see the display with no issue outside in the sun. So while we're talking about iPhones, there's still one thing that even the best iPhone or any phone really can't fix. And that is shaky footage. This is where the HOHEM iSteady M7 comes in. It's not just another smartphone gimbal, it's basically a complete AI-powered filming rig. One of the coolest things here is the magnetic AI tracker. You just snap it on and suddenly the gimbal has a brain. It can track people, pets, or even cars without needing an app because it works right with your phone's native camera. You can even trigger it with simple hand gestures, and it's just perfect if you're filming solo. And built right into that same AI module is a powerful RGB and CCT fill light. It has all the colors of the spectrum and adjustable warmth, so it doesn't just keep your subject visible, it lets you add creative lighting and effects on the fly with no extra gear needed. My favorite part though has to be the detachable touchscreen remote. You can just pop it off and walk into frame and still control the gimbal from up to 10 meters away. So you can change settings, select new tracking targets, and even see a real-time preview of the AI tracking working. This makes it super useful for creators who want to film themselves with an iPhone's rear camera and still know exactly what's going on in the frame. Now, of course, the main thing here is stabilization. It has 3-axis stabilization and iSteady 9.0 algorithm, so your footage footage just stays buttery smooth the whole time, even while running or moving fast. It also has 360-degree infinite pan rotation, so you're not limited to just basic moves. You can do cinematic orbits, inception spins, or hyperlapse shots that really stand out. And somehow it even has a built-in 193mm extension pull. So this is fantastic for wide group shots and high and low angles or dramatic perspectives. And because it supports up to 500 grams, you can mount heavy setups like an iPhone Pro Max with a lens attachment or even a foldable phone without an issue. The battery life on this is super strong too, with up to 12 hours on just a single charge. And if your phone's running low, then the gimbal does double as a power bank, so you can reverse charge it. You also get pro level controls built right in, like a side roller for focus or zoom, A and B buttons for motion time lapse paths, and a trigger for quick mode switches. The best part is that all this comes as a complete kit, so you get the gimbal itself, the magnetic AI tracker with its built-in light, and the detachable screen remote with the tripod, a carrying case, and some charging cables. So if you're excited about what the next iPhone cameras can do with potential 8K recording, imagine what you can do pairing it with pro level stabilization, along with AI tracking and creative lighting all in one package. And what's cool is that HOHEM does not stop just with the gimbal. They also offer external attachments you can bundle with the M7, like a portable high-power light for pro-level lighting on the go, and even a wireless mic system for your phone. When you put everything together, you basically have a complete pocket-sized filmmaking kit that covers stabilization, lighting, audio, and everything is built around your smartphone. And that's the HOHEM iSteady M7, which you can check out in the description down below. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Now under the hood, we are expecting new A19 chips. The standard 17 and 17 Air will get the base A19, while the Pro and Pro Max are likely to get the A19 Pro. RAM is also going up with an expected 12 gigabytes of RAM on the higher end models, which is a really nice bump for power users. Now cameras is kind of big news this year. We are getting some big upgrades because iPhone 17 will get a 24 megapixel selfie camera. So finally doubling that resolution from 12 megapixels that we've had for years. And the Pro Max is going to take it even further with three 48 megapixel rear sensors. That means wide, ultra wide, and telephoto all at 48 megapixels. Plus, there's going to be a potential 8K video recording setting that might be included. Curious if that's maybe just the Pro Max or hopefully just both Pro models get that. The Air is expected to get a single lens with 48 megapixels on there. And the base 17 is going to stick with the classic dual camera setup that we've had for the previous years. There's potential for Pro models getting variable aperture control for something more similar like DSLR when recording video, and potentially we're getting dual video recording using the front and back cameras at the same time. Love this because now you can just record yourself while also recording whatever's happening in front of you. Another big change coming is that Apple may finally ship its first in-house modem starting with the iPhone 17 Air. That means Apple designed 5G and Wi-Fi 7 chips instead of relying fully on Qualcomm. Now there might be a trade-off though, because it might have slower max speeds compared to Qualcomm's top chips and no millimeter wave support, but we'll have to see how it performs in the real world. Now battery tech isn't changing much capacity-wise this year, but Apple is improving charging. All models could support up to 25-watt wireless charging with the new Qi 2.2 standard, which is significantly faster than the 15-watt cap we've had for years. Now, wired charging, on the other hand, is likely to stay at that 35 watts fast charging that we've had these past couple of years. Pricing is likely to make headlines this year, though, because rumors are pointing to about a $50 increase across the lineup. So the base iPhone 17 could start around $850, 17 Air is expected to come in at $900, with the Pro and Pro Max, again, climbing higher as they have been year after year. These things are just getting really expensive. The announcement is likely to happen on September 9th, with pre-orders happening on the 12th and a release on the 19th. So yeah, 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting iPhone years in a long time, but that's not saying much given how slow the improvements have been since we got that redesign with the iPhone 10. With that said, a thinner Air model, ProMotion across the board, major camera upgrades, and possibly an anti-reflective display on the Pro models makes it somewhat of an interesting year as we wait for that release of the iPhone Fold and maybe potentially new technologies that will come in 2026. But of course, everything here is still rumors until Apple makes the announcements. Drop a comment below. Are you hyped for the iPhone 17 Air or even the new Pros? Do you like the new designs? Or are you waiting for Apple's foldable or to see what they come out with in 2026? Either way, make sure you're subbed and like this video because I'll be covering all the iPhones in September. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.